Yeah, Pony Express works. Oh, Tony. Sorry, that was so weird. I read Pony Express, I saw Snark donate, and then I shouted the word Tony. Um, Snark, thanks for the bits, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, all right, all right. Now it's $11. Yep, now it's $11. All right. So we got Paf in the top left in yellow. We got Ed in the top right in green. Papa bottom left purple. Andy bottom right blue. So corners. Top left, bottom right are Andy and Paf, so it's the corners against each other. And yeah, should be an interesting. It should be a good little matchup. Paf has never played. Yeah, that was for an SFJ game. All right, Snark. I forgot. I did tell you we'd do some SFJ games. We will. We are going to get an SFJ game in. We'll do a little SFJ tournament after we finish up the Unholy Heroes tournament. Yeah, okay. Your $1 is firmly planted in an SFJ only pot, and I won't forget. Couple early GIs accomplishing nothing, and Papa with the early move here. Okay. So a little bit of nothing happening across the board here, and makes you really miss the guts and the glory involved with the tiny map. I'll tell you what. Wow, I'm sweating my face off right now. It is so goddamn hot in this room. I know you're thinking, Ivor, take off the beanie. I can't take off the beanie because it hurts my headphone. My headphones hurt my head if I don't wear my beanie. It's this whole thing. So early push here. Papa pushing in early on Andy. Almost certainly the move. You do not want Andy to posture up. So good little in and out mission. Hits the AFC, slows down his development a little bit. Okay, so now, fuck, I missed, where did his, God damn it, there's so many players, so hard. Alright, so, Paf pushing in on Papa down here. Andy's taking some pressure from Papa. It's kind of why it looks like his base has been left to his own devices. Paf getting in a little bit of work down there. I don't know where Paf's MCV went. Paf might have lost an MCV, don't know where. Paf fighting on two different fronts, also has some pressure here on top. Left. And now Andy pressing in on Papa's expansion. So Andy does a little work on that expansion, pulls out some Grizzlies. Papa pushing in again on Andy. Caught between a pillbox and several Grizzlies. Alright, Andy thwarts that attack. Certainly looks like the MO here from these guys to put early pressure on Andy. Oh, and Andy takes out Papa's MCV, so he does have two miners and a war factory. That's a good hit, though. Now he's pressing in on Andy. Alting the war factory, gonna get the war factory. Andy sells. Rocky's coming from Paf. Oh, so now Paf pressing in. Gonna stomp out Papa here. Should be able to. Not seeming to target anything particularly. Getting droned a couple times. Losing more tanks than I think he would like to. Now he should be able to now destroy the drone. Ooh. And Paf loses a lot and doesn't gain a lot with that exchange. Can't be particularly happy about that. And so, yeah, it would have been nice for it would have been nice for Paf to have completely stomped this out. He's pretty much done, though, down here. And Andy's still MCV, Refinery, War Factory. But, yeah. Papa hanging in without much left. Paf's got a nice sizable force here. But Ed pressing in with a nice batch of rhinos. These has to be careful with these GIs. He does have a Deso coming, I believe. Yeah, so Ed wants to work that Deso in here and try to press on Paf. Andy pressing in with the GIs. And again, failing to completely stomp out Papa, which is annoying, although he is broke and has nothing going on, so he's not that big of a threat. Now Paf kind of backdooring Ed here as Ed approached. Paf taking advantage of that grizzly speed. Harry Potter's not American, man. It's English. Although, obviously, you've heard of Harry Potter, because I think it's the second most read book in the world. After the Bible, maybe? I don't know what the first read book is, actually. Alright. Pav, we'll see if what Ed can do with... Pav just needs to have a little bit of tact here. Doesn't want to run directly into the Desos. Ed quits. Papa soon to quit. First game for Pav and Andy. So, it is best of 3. Random people joining. It is a 2v2, guys. I'm sorry. Snark, I think you are absolutely being trolled. I think he knows what Harry Potter is. Losers picking. All right, Ed and Papa, pick a map. Pick a map. I always like picture players when I'm like pick a map and it takes them like 2 hours and it's just like, what are you looking at? You know, like, do you have a binder of all of your maps with like map notes? And depending on the other player's style, you have to consult your binder. Yo MJ, we got a best of 3, Andy and Paf versus Ed and Papa, $10 on the line. So yeah, playing for keeps, man. Big stuff. Yeah, so technically we have an FFA between some great players battling it out. Mostly we have people in the chat trolling each other, bored, messing with each other, complaining about stuff. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, good 2v2 remains to be seen. The first game, I mean, Paf, you know, obviously OP. You know, Andy's one of those teammates that doesn't get in the way. He doesn't really accomplish much. He's not going to win the game. He's probably not going to stay alive, but he's not going to step on your toes at the same time. Now, Paf is one of those players who's looking to steamroll. Super McNasty, every point, every game, come into play. Eyes on the prize. So when you team those two players up, again, as long as you stay out of Paf's way, he's going to steamroll everybody. That's my experience with it anyway. So we'll see if it comes right here. The big thing is, we got to see some Kurovs from Paf, because kind of boring if we don't see that. Snark just trying to be helpful. And let's see what... So Paf up here in the top left. So we do have Paf and Andy. So it's corners again. Top left, bottom right. Paf out with an early drone. And I hope Paf gives the people what they want. Paf gets a miner droned. Not sure. Ed maybe just misclicked. I'm not sure what Ed just did. Oh, and there... Wait, does selling the radar, is that part of Paf's super Kurov build? I'm not sure if that makes sense. So an early little push here on Paf by Ed. And the Kurov comes out. Andy's there with the pillboxes to help protect. And the Kurov comes from the super early Kurov comes. Drones coming to back him up as Paf's style usually goes. Losing quite a few miners, but Andy was quick to help out there. And oh, okay, Paf building off his tech in yeah, Paf building off his tech in Andy's base in the bottom right. Where's this Kurov at? Okay, so Ed trying to load up the flax, but now we'll just watch Paf go to work here. A couple drones ready. He does have a flak cannon and some flak tracks. So we'll see here. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. So Andy sneaks in a little backdoor, pulls the flak away. That was good. Little in and out mission with those Rockies, couple Grizzlies. And here comes the Kurov, and he's going to be getting some work done here. Holding back on the drones. Gets one flak track, so that's nice. And the Kurov's about to go to work. Yep. Oh. Sorry. Oh, hits the factory. Hits the barracks. Going for the MCV. Goes for the radar. Hit the MCV. What are we doing here? And that's why you call Paf Super McNasty right there. Absolutely devastating. Didn't hit the MCV. Not sure how I feel about that. Andy loading up on the air as well, bringing out the Harriers. Okay, so Paf's expansion was destroyed, I believe, in Andy's base. I missed it because I suck at 2v2. That one Rocketeer just destroyed a war factory, I believe. A lot going on here. A lot going on. One helicopter about to destroy a Harrier. You hate to see that. Harriers are expensive. Oh, right. They're not allied. I don't know why that would be. It doesn't seem like anyone's fault but their own. Yeah, good call. I forgot about the MCV with the drone. Obviously, the drone or the Kurov's not fast enough to chase the MCV. Don't play a lot with Kurovs, so I forgot about that. Oh, come on. When there's $10 on the line like this, you gotta come to play. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they didn't ally. I'm not really sure what the issue was. Was it rigged? Yeah, I rigged it so that I specifically rigged this $10 best of 3 so that Papa and Ed couldn't ally. You guys, like, I literally... Come on. You think I know how to rig games? I could preset the teams in the lobby. I didn't know there'd be any issue with people putting together their teams on their own. So now Ed pressing in on Paf. Good use of the Deso. We're not seeing many drones from Paf's, but, you know, obviously building the Rhinos instead of his drone defense. Didn't really commit to the Kirovs, only one. Andy, couple Grizzlies sneaking in here. Not going to get too much done there. So Paf on the move with these Rhinos. Papa's base looking pretty undefended. Papa's backdoor and Andy here. Andy's got these BFs he should be able to hold out with. And I think that's pretty good communication for Paf to sneak down the left side here. Yeah, Paf making Rhinos, not what the people wanted. I guess maybe it's a little hard for Paf when everyone knows exactly what he's going to do. To be fair, he did bust out one Kirov, which was very entertaining. Good drone defense here. Does have a Deso. Should be able to hold off, but he is pulling back his Rhinos nonetheless. Looks like a good pullback because those Rhinos could have kind of had their way. Should be able to destroy Ed's army here. But instead he's going to try to backdoor Ed, it looks like. Looks like he is going to try to cut these tanks off. And Andy just loading up with the BFs down in bottom right. Papa... sorry, Papa pushing on the top left. And Paf doesn't have anything in Andy's base. You know, Paf should be... You'd think Paf would be looking to possibly War Factory, Refinery down in Andy's base, which is obviously a little bit more protected. Iron Curtain out for Ed in the top right. Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, Paf obviously is on MCV at this point, but he could have left a couple buildings down there because Paf's base has been a point of contention for a while. You know, trying to build a backup in Andy's base might have been nice, but live or die. I like rolling with the punches. That's cool. BF's going into backdoor Ed. Hey, let's see if Ed's tanks are going to pull back here. Doesn't look like he's going to... He needs to. Okay, so now the tanks are being pulled back. Oh, and Paf with no air defense in his base. He might as well just send his troops to try to get something done at this point. But Andy... Pretty devastating hit. Papa now coming in with his army, but... So Ed does have a barracks down in Papa's base, can span some conscripts if he loses all hope on his end. Iron Curtain is paused, low power. Alright, so now here's the move. Knock Paf out. Paf still has these tanks, which is sad. He can knock these buildings out, lose his tanks. I don't think Paf has a single building down here. So, alright, Paf's out. Andy with a very massive force of BFs. Ed down here in the back of Andy's base could actually get something done if he wanted to. And now Papa rolling in as well. And Andy gonna go for the base. This is gonna be tricky because, yeah, it would have been nice to knock Ed out, but at the same time, oh, and now and Andy goes low power. Sells the battle lab for powers. Gonna get smushed out here. Not sure what these tanks of Eds are doing. Push in on that backside, take the MCV, drop the hammer. Yeah, it's just Papa just has a few too many Rhinos here. Those Prism Towers are doing work. Picks up the Elite. Ooh, and they're not managing these tanks well. And Andy chases them off. Okay, so now Ed heading around the backside. Yeah, if Andy just could have knocked Ed out, that would have been nice. It's tricky that he has to deal with two people at this point. But Andy's sitting on 5,000. He can build a lot of GGIs to defend with. Now pushing in on Papa's base. Papa's broke, but quite a bit of base to work through. But just his Rhinos are dropping like flies here. Ed needs, I don't know. Yeah, with that Prism Tower is well placed. A few pillboxes. And there goes Papa's army. And Andy should pretty much have his way with it. I mean, honestly, like, Papa should have sent his miners. They should have sent everything they had and tried to bust in here. I mean, I guess they don't have much. And Paf. I mean, Paf's early Kirov. Like I said, player like Andy, he doesn't get in the way. He's not going to get much done. But if he stays out of the way, obviously Paf was able to single-handedly take this game down. Obviously, I'm kidding. Andy's BFs are decimating right now. Oh, does get it droned, though. Oh my god, this is going to devolve into such nonsense if he loses these BFs. Oh god. Go destroy the barracks. Oh. Okay, so the drones, he was able to hold off the drones, so now he should be good. Oh god, now where's he going? Oh, he's got his base in top left. I didn't see that. Okay. Conscript's coming in. Ed quits out. Andy takes it. Andy and Paf for the win. Best 2 out of 3. $10 on the line. Those guys are the proud new owners of $10. All right, guys. That's it for me. We're out of here this week. Again, the Unholy Heroes tournament. Best players. Some of the best players playing Allied versus Soviet. Lots of good games. They are on YouTube. They are on Twitch. We got the semifinals and the championship on Sunday. $150 on the line. Yeah. Come hang out. It'll be a good time.